2024 saw bad apples in Texas schools. It's December 31st, 2024, and these are your headlines. As we finish up our year in review here at Texas Scorecard, over the last year, the number of educator sex crime stories that we reported on continued to rise. Often, police charge multiple educators a week or even a day with crimes including sex with students, referred to in state law as improper relationships, sexual assault of children, soliciting sex with minors or prostitutes, and possessing and distributing child sexual abuse material. Well, these bad apples represent a tiny fraction of Texas educators, yet schools are still failing to protect children from these sexual predators. Under Texas law, it's a crime for any public or private school employee to engage in sexual contact with a student or solicit sexual activity with a student using the internet or other means of electronic messaging. An improper relationship between educator and student is a second-degree felony, punishable by 2 to 20 years in prison. The criminal misconduct also violates the Texas Educators Code of Ethics, which says educators, quote, shall not solicit or engage in sexual conduct or a romantic relationship with a student or minor, and also prohibits inappropriate communications between teachers and students. Ethics violations are grounds for educators to lose their state teaching certification. One of the big issues that's played out all year long, but especially in the last couple of weeks, is the question, who will be leading the Texas House? That's right, the race for Speaker. Now, of course, current House Speaker Dade Phelan has been under fire all year long, especially after the impeachment of Ken Paxton, but also for his embrace of putting Democrats in leadership positions in the Texas House, something that was soundly rejected by Republican voters in the primary, and something that he continues to say that he wants to implement. Well, over the summer, you had a majority of Republicans, incoming Republicans into the Texas House, say that they wanted an end to that practice. They said that they would not support a speaker who placed Democrats in charge, and rather than saying he wouldn't do that, well, fast forward, and Dade Phelan got out of the race. That's right. Just a few weeks ago, Dade Phelan said he would not be seeking re-election, which takes us to the House Republican Caucus, which met earlier this month and selected David Cook as the Republican nominee for Speaker of the House. So is the race over? Texas is a Republican state, right? Well, no. Moments later, you had Representative Dustin Burrows say that he was going to keep running, despite the fact that he just lost the vote in the House Republican Caucus. He is trying to get a coalition of Democrats to join with a minority of Republicans in order to take the speakership. What will happen over the next couple weeks remains to be seen. There's certainly rumors of other members potentially trying to make a run for it. The official vote for Speaker will take place on the first day of session, January 14th.
What are the important things out there in Texas politics and Texas news that matter to you, and what can you do about it? That's what we want to bring you with the Luke Macias Show on a weekly basis for 20 to 30 minutes. That way you can get the information and go do something for the rest of your week. I look forward to coming to you every Wednesday.
And with lawmakers returning to the Capitol in a couple weeks, advocates for fiscal responsibility are calling on them to put Texas on a path to eliminating property taxes. For context, Texas is currently ranked as the state with the 6th highest property taxes in the country. The Republican Party of Texas platform calls for lawmakers to axe the property tax. In 2023, the battle between the House and Senate chambers over the means of property tax relief saw the governor calling multiple special sessions to try to force a compromise between the two chambers. And so what was that compromise? Well, with a $33 billion surplus, so tax dollars they took in from us that they didn't need right away, right? Lawmakers allotted about $13 billion to new property tax relief, so less than half. And currently, the surplus for next year appears to be around $18 billion. Lawmakers will once again have the opportunity to return tax dollars to Texans in the form of tax relief. This time, policy experts at the Texas Public Policy Foundation are warning that lawmakers need to do more to protect taxpayers from local government stealing back any savings provided by the state through local tax increases. The Huffines Liberty Foundation maintains that the only way to achieve long-term property tax cuts is by eliminating school M&O property taxes, by gradually reducing the school M&O property tax rate to $0 over several years using state surplus revenue. Others have said the most meaningful way to give property tax relief to the average Texan is to continue raising the homestead exemption. For more of today's stories, go to texasscorecard.com.